One reason I like R. Crumb is because when I was publishing Minnehaha, the Twin Cities sorely needed humor magazine, which was kind of a precursor to The Onion. The Onion came along about 10 years later in Madison, which is, close to Minneapolis. One of the comic artists I hired, Jay Lynch, told me he had sent a sketch pad of his work to Crumb and asked him to critique his drawings. And Crumb wrote little notes, on the pages, and in the margin of one page he wrote, "To be an artist in America is to be a real loser." I thought that was just perfect. And that's exactly what everyone thought when I was a kid growing up. It was not a desirable thing to try to be an artist. Art Spiegelman, the only comic artist to ever win a Pulitzer Prize for a graphic novel he created, Mouse, he says in a documentary that was done about him, "Being a cartoonist is an insane way to try to make a living." And I noticed the emphasis on the word try. I always remember at one family get-together, my uncles and aunts were congratulating my cousin on the fact that he did the right thing and returned a lost wallet he found to its owners. And my cousin was probably about 10 years old at the time, and he said, "Yeah, well, the guy who lost the wallet, he was an artist." And he kind of rolled his eyes when he said it. He's in a tone of voice like, "Oh, poor guy." And he added something about, so he really needed what little money he has. I think he described the house, or when he went to the door, how poor they looked and how bad it looked. So my parents never encouraged me to try to go into any kind of art-related thing as a career. My dad kept asking me when I was going to, when are you going to get a real job? Until finally, when I was published in Time magazine, and he could show that to all his friends and kind of brag about it, then he kind of shut up about it and let me. By that time, I was 20. Today, you have all these kids whose parents kept telling them just the opposite. All these deluded baby boomers who misled their poor kids into thinking they could make a living doing anything they wanted. "Oh, my child is so talented." And they didn't even say, "My child should be an artist." They all had the gall to say, "My child is an artist," before the kid had even done anything with whatever raw talent they might have had.